Kurosawa's dog. Even though he's dead, my father dreams repeatedly of the Eisenhower era, the clarity of fresh concrete spanning the Great Plains, that runway hill, runway, slow curve north or south rhythm across the face of my childhood, his fatherhood. My own memory is of a helicopter flying over our house through the sorghum haze, drifting from the Quaker Oats plant on the south side. What I remember is the smell and the gleam. My father pointing to a dot in the sky as bald as Khrushchev, saying, "Look." I'm considering buying a gun. I suspect this is the result of my father's dying. I know his anger fuels it. Anger at his father for giving away the farm or stealing the hog he raised on kitchen scraps. Anger at his mother and her rattlesnake of braids. The Navy tattoo stinging where he razored it off. I want the crispness of the shot, the recoil, the settling in again on the target. In those years, 1956 into the early 60s, my tumbling tow-headed with a busted lip along the riverbank while he hauled up catfish or carp the size of my arms and knocked back beers. And those slow, sad trips through towns with Indian names to the farm. Once, I'm remembering this, I'm already haunting my waking life. He and I were feeding chickens just before his father died. It was Sunday, and he was still wearing his pressed Sunday shirt, so when the sun angled through and hit him, he disappeared above his pants, from torso and target to nothingness, as clear as albumin. Now each bullet, imaginary, smacks the membrane of paper and leaves a finger-sized hole in the skin of his rage. I have questions. Is it better there than here? Yes, I'm okay, don't worry. Have you seen God? No, but my brother is here, and my mother. Have you stopped drinking? And then, from nowhere, that smell as if from the inside of his hat. An aura of flesh and grease, cultured by wool and heat. An earth smell, water smell. Grief rolling its head and mumbling the tone poem of the dead. When I buried my father, it was like setting a book in the earth. A box like a composite of ash or scabbed over skin. A man, a gardener, I think, met me at the mausoleum. He had a hook in his hand, a shovel, the book of ashes. There was a manhole cover under a bed of ornamental stones. The man shoveled the stones aside, hooked the cover open, set the book on top of other books in the fake lump of hillside. There was a wall of names and dates, but nothing corresponded. My father was not a letter addressed to God, more like the top book in a stack of books next to God's unmade bed, something from his to-read list, some ash fiction. What is time but a slow worm eating its way through our lives, a slow bullet with a glistening afterwash we call memory or loss? Khrushchev arguing with Nixon over kitchen appliances, Francis Gary Powers, a black spirit falling from the sky. My father's one and only love, perfecting the casserole. And then one day, when I'm doing dishes, I know I have lost him. He will not return. I wonder if I've offended him, loved him too much, not enough, relished in his sins, which were many, too readily, my own, which are partially his. Where does rage go after we die? Is it picked up like a flu or virus, a temporary haze? Or does it cut through whoever remains like a back pasture creek bed? Dusk moves like gold paint over everything. Clouds shift, trees spring and collapse. I dream I'm Kurosawa's dog. I trot with a severed hand in my mouth. It's that moment in Yojimbo, a film from 1961, the Eisenhower years. I wonder, did Ike see it? Did Nixon? Did that helicopter ever land in our town where we were never really happy, but always poor? It is okay at first, this feeling, because I am trotting and somebody, not me, is staggering backwards. My father is Toshiro Mifune, or God, Eisenhower, is Toshiro Mifune, trapped between some self-serving clan of alcohol and rice, another like their shirts of silk. Landscape reduced, it will become our fear, to smoke and to ash. And then it is my own hand in my mouth. I am biting the hand, cooling me down.